Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Chicago Cougars here on Madden 22. That is right. We are flying through this final season. We now enter week number 10, and we are 8-0. In the last episode, we had another fairly simple game, and we also had the debut of our new stud tight end, Kyle Pitts. Yeah, that's right. Kyle Pitts is now a Chicago Cougar. If you missed that episode, make sure you go back and watch it. We had to spin the wheel twice because I had forgotten the previous episode before that to spin the wheel. So we spun the wheel twice. We got one of the spins was to not allow more than 5 tackles for loss, or every 5 tackles for loss that we suffered, we would have to lose a development trait for one of our players. Luckily, we only got 4 in total against us in that game, so we didn't lose anybody's trait. And the second spin was to trade for a 90-plus rated player that was 25 or younger. And unfortunately for us, Kyle Pitts, I think, was 24 at the time we traded, or in this series, he's now 24. So we traded for him. We traded TJ Hawkinson and 2 first-round picks because draft picks aren't very useful at this point to us because this is the final season, so we won't be going to an offseason. We won't be going to a draft. So it doesn't matter about the picks. So we used those 2 first-round picks plus TJ Hawkinson to trade to the Falcons to bring in Kyle Pitts, and he went crazy. We used him to perfection. We maybe overused him a little bit in that game as well, and we dominated. He dominated, and now I'm pretty certain this team can't get any better, but who knows? Maybe it can get better. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out what the other wheel spins give us. But then we had the bye week, so I simulated that at the end of the episode, and now we are at to week number 10, where we take on the Tennessee Titans, who are 2-7. I think we took them on a little bit earlier in the series, in the season, and obviously we won because we're 8-0. But I can't remember exactly how bad we beat them. I think we've dominated pretty much everybody we've played so far this season, so I wouldn't imagine it'd be any different for the Titans game. And this time it's going to be on the road in Nashville. So I hope you guys are excited because we've got a wheel spin. We've got 2 breakout scenarios this episode as well. It's going to be an absolutely massive video. I hope you guys are ready. Hit that like button if you are. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Juice Club. Let's get right to it. So here we are, and as mentioned, we have 2 separate breakout player scenarios. Now, I don't know who they're going to be. I could throw a guess, maybe a Micah Parsons, maybe Jamar Chase goes from superstar to X Factor. Like, there's a couple different guys that we could be seeing. Maybe Jonathan Taylor's got one. I really hope it could be Jonathan Taylor. That could be really cool from him going from superstar to superstar X Factor. That would be awesome. But there's a lot of possibilities these 2 guys could be, but we'll wait on those for just a second. I want to kind of build the suspense a little bit more. We will go to players ready to negotiate. Like I said, we're only going to this is the final season, so these contracts don't necessarily matter, but just to repay the gratitude that I feel towards Trent Favors, as he's probably the best drafted player I've ever had, we're going to give Trent Favors a contract worthy of his services, and so we are going to re-sign him. The contract's not going to matter, like I said, because this is the final season, so we'll give him a 4-year, $80 million contract. Trent Favors comes back, and we'll re-sign Tajay Chamberlain as well, because I feel like those 2 guys are the 2 best draft picks we've had so far. So we'll give him a 4-year, $58 million contract, and that is basically all of our money. So even if we were going another season, we would probably have to sell off some players to re-sign Romeo Goddard. But luckily, we don't have to worry about that because we're not going to get in that situation. So with that being done, it's time to go to weekly strategy. And it looks like Ryan Tannehill has moved on, and they haven't gotten any other quarterbacks in there. So they have Kyle Trask. Maybe. We'll check out the roster to be sure, but Kyle Trask is their starting quarterback, so that's going to be very, very interesting. We will defend the inside run to try and stop an older Derrick Henry, but still he's Derrick Henry, so it's still going to be a problem. And we will do our throw it short method because that always works. And we will go with the throw 2 touchdown passes to see if that will get us some extra staff points. We always go with I don't really shake things up in terms of the staff points and stuff, because we don't really need staff points at this point. We're pretty much done with everything in terms of the staff tree, so we don't really need that. Kalen Cousins gets an upgrade point. We'll just auto upgrade that, and he goes up. And now it's time to figure out these two breakout scenarios. Let's do the top one first. Who do we think it's going to be? I'm disappointed, Coach. I had one of the best games of the season last week, and we lost. I couldn't carry us to victory, but that's about to change. We didn't lose. What are you talking about? I got some pretty good passes thrown my way last week. Give me a hint, and I'll promise to make for some of these. Ooh. Get Jamar Chase 4+ touchdowns or 200+ yards rushing and receiving. And he's got Superstar X Factor, 4+ touchdowns. Now remember, last season, we had this opportunity with Jamar Chase and we failed. We got him 3 touchdowns instead of 4. So Jamar Chase, to get 4 touchdowns or 200+ rushing and receiving yards, he will get Superstar X Factor. But he said we lost. We didn't lose. We're undefeated. So I don't know what that was about. But the second of 2 breakout scenarios, and it is, Coach, I was reviewing it in 2 of the Micah Parsons has a chance. Hold the Titans to less than 200 total yards, or get Micah Parsons 2+ interceptions, forced fumbles, tackles for loss, or sacks, and he goes from star to superstar. That is massive. So it's Jamar Chase and Micah Parsons that are the 2 guys we have to focus on in today's episode to try and get them one better development trait. Now, before we check out the roster, it is time to spin that wheel. And remember, there are a few things on this wheel that could give us a bump in development. So we have to consider that. There are a couple things like gain a development upgrade for a certain amount of yards, so that could help us as well. So 3, 2, 1, spin the wheel. What's going to be the challenge or reward, I guess I could say? And it's going to be gain a development trait, I think. Yes, it is. And this is perfect. It's gain 1 development upgrade for every 100 yards rushing. So this basically goes for Jonathan Taylor. And I guess it could go for a wide receiver too, but basically this is for Jonathan Taylor. So if Jonathan Taylor goes for 200 yards rushing today, then he gets 2 and goes up to basically Superstar X Factor because he's already Superstar. So let's go to the lineup and take a look at this. So Jonathan Taylor's already a Superstar development player. So if he just gets 100 rushing yards today, he will automatically go up to Superstar X Factor. If we get Jamar Chase 4 touchdowns or 200 yards receiving or rushing, he will go up to Superstar X Factor. And if we get defensively Micah Parsons 2+ forced fumbles, sacks, interceptions, tackles for loss, all that good stuff, or we hold the Tennessee Titans to 200 yards, I think, in total offense, or I don't know what it was, I can't remember. But he'll go from star to superstar. So we've got a lot on the line in this game. This is the biggest game of the season so far because of so many things are on the line. But let's take a look at the Tennessee Titans roster and see what they're working with this late into the series. They have at quarterback, it is Kyle Trask, unfortunately for them, is their starting quarterback. I think he was the quarterback last time we played them, obviously, because this is the second time we played them, but I just don't remember. Derrick Henry's 31, he's only 94 overall, and he's dropped down to Superstar instead of X Factor, so he might be slowing down a little bit. They still have A.J. Brown, they have Laviska Shenault, they have Brian Bass as their tight end. Offensive line includes Tyree Phillips, Solomon Kinley, Kendrick Green, Nate Davis, and Chuma Edoga. Not a great offensive line, pretty average at best. Then we have Jeffrey Simmons, DJ Wanham, Fletcher Cox on the D-line, Jatavius Fowler, Rashawn Evans, and Jayon Brown, and Harold Landry III as the linebacking core. Caleb Farley is their best corner. That's about it. Then they have Kevin Byard still and Amani Hooker still, so their safeties are still basically the same. Then their kicker and punter. Okay, so the Tennessee Titans, who now sit at 2-7 on the year, worst in the division, and one of the worst teams in the NFL, stand in our way at home. Well, on the road, I guess. They're at home. Can we defeat them? We have so much on the line. 3 players have the ability to go up in development trait. Can we do it? I hope so. Let's get into the video. If you're excited, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let's go get our boys some upgrades.
Back Back in October, the Cougars dominated their first matchup against the Titans. Can Tennessee even the score? Find out next.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come in really scuffling, losers of 7 of their last 8 games.
And they've been an underachieving team, but they do have some pretty good pieces in place. Let's see if they can use some of the...
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Chicago Cougars football is underway in Nissan Stadium, Nashville, Tennessee, as the Cougars take on the Tennessee Titans. Kyle Trask will take the field for the first time today, and we go on the lookout for some more sacks with Trent Favors. We just paid him generously with a contract extension, so now he looks to pay us back with some production on the field. That's the goal. We also paid Tajay Chamberlain, but we have to focus on Jamar Chase. We cannot forget about Jamar Chase. He has to be the main focus. I know we usually throw to Terry McLaurin and to Chamberlain and to everybody else, but the focus has to be on a certain wide receiver named Jamar Chase, and thankfully Patrick Surtain was able to force A.J. Brown to go out of bounds there. That would have been a massive catch to start this game. And Kyle Trask with the screen to Derrick Henry. Goddard isn't able to bring him down, but luckily the combination of Budda Baker and Russ Telfer are able to stop Derrick Henry before he's able to get the first down, and that is a quick 3 and out for the Titans. So unfortunately, nothing happens on defense in terms of Micah Parsons or Trent Favors getting any sacks to try and break the record. But now we move to offense, and we move to Trey Lance, the starting quarterback, defending Super Bowl MVP, I think. And he's having a much better year. I'm having a much better year. 2,400 yards, 23 touchdowns, 6 picks for Trey Lance. Picks? And we have to remember, Jonathan Taylor needs to get 100 rushing yards to get Superstar X Factor ability. That is the goal in terms of running the ball. And I think, we could take it as a total, team rushing yards, but I think that's a little cheap. So, because obviously we're going to get 100 rushing yards as a team. That's just kind of what happens in terms of, Trey Lance scrambling and then Jonathan Taylor going too. And that's going to be an incomplete pass. That should have been caught, probably. Well, not caught. That should have been more accurate. But I'm going to limit it to just one player gets the 100 yards. So Jonathan Taylor's going to be that guy. At least hopefully he is. And right now he's not going to get anywhere. He's got 3 yards. So 97 more to go for Jonathan Taylor. And it's not total yards. It's not receiving yards combined with rushing yards. It's rushing yards solely. So that's what we have to focus on. Trey Lance rolls out, gives it to Kyle Pitts, the new addition. And Kyle Pitts starting to click with the Cougars team, and we are starting to look really, really solid. There it is. There's Jonathan Taylor. He's going nowhere again, and this Titans defense is holding the rushing game for the Cougars, and I don't like that, because right now we need the most rushing. I'm going to set my feet, throw it to Jamar Chase, and that's number 1. 3 more to go. What a beautiful throw from Trey Lance to Jamar Chase. He's talking trash to the Titans fans, talking trash to the fans, and beautiful throw, beautiful catch, and that's 1 touchdown down for Jamar Chase. That kick is going to go incomplete. The accuracy was not there. I screwed that up. That's the first missed extra point I've had with Rodrigo Blankenship. I guess the wind was a little bit too much combined with the missed accuracy. So we only take a 6-point lead instead of a 7-point lead, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We do have to focus on running the ball. So that is a key. And remember, it's a combination too for Micah Parsons. So he could get 1 tackle for loss and a sack. He could get 1 sack and interception, or 2 tackles for loss. Like, he could get a multitude of different combinations in terms of what he needs to get his upgrades. So that's a positive. And there's Chase Young. Kyle Trask really had nowhere to go there, and that's number 7 for Chase Young. He's nowhere near what Trent Favors has in terms of sacks, but he's still producing very, very well. That's going to be thrown to the sidelines, caught by Laviska Shenault. He's not going to get in, and that is another 3 and out for the Titans. The Titans offense cannot move the football here. Back-to-back 3 and outs. I'm just going to fair catch this with Tajay Chamberlain. No big deal there. And the Cougars offense comes back onto the field, and we're going to try and establish the run game even more. They're showing blitz with the linebackers, but I would assume they'd back off here. Nope, they continue to, they actually live up to the blitz. I didn't think they would. We're going to run it back, go no huddle, give this to Jonathan Taylor, and he's going nowhere again. He's gaining yard by yard. It's slow but steady in terms of getting him 100 yards rushing. It's 3rd and 8. Kyle Pitts is open, and we'll feed it to him. Nice throw there. And now we've got Gambler activated, which is absolutely perfect. Exactly what we need. I'm going to set my feet and throw. It's Jamar Chase again. That's number 2. 2 touchdowns down, 2 to go for Jamar Chase. 2 touchdowns to go for Jamar Chase. Beautiful throw. I was going to try and set my feet, but I saw that the pressure was coming. I think that's Harold Landry coming after me. So I had to throw on the run. Luckily, Gambler is activated, so throwing on the run is a lot better with in terms of accuracy. And look at Jamar. Look at the dude. He's hyped. Absolutely hyped. And for some reason, I can't get the camera to follow him out there, but he can get super excited there. Oh, baby, baby, Jamar Chase is that guy. And that's 2 quick touchdowns. And now I'm going to actually hit the extra point this time. So we go up 13-0. So we're halfway done with Jamar Chase. If I could get him done in the first half, that would be ideal, because then we could focus on the run game. But we do need to focus on Micah Parsons. I really want Micah Parsons to go up to superstar. I know it's not going to matter too much since this is the final season, but it would just be a nice thing to have another superstar linebacker, because we already have Kalen Cousins, but to have a superstar linebacker on the other side would be awesome. They're going to throw that. Trask will complete it to Derrick Henry, and he'll run out of bounds after a gain of 3. Micah Parsons is now rushing. Let's see if we can get to Kyle Trask here. They're going to give it to him. It's going to be the running back, and Parsons tackled him, but it's not a tackle for loss, unfortunately. Not a tackle for loss there. It's 3rd and 4. Are they going to really have 3 back-to-back 3 and outs? It's a possibility. Nope, it's not a possibility anymore. But that ball was hit out by Budda Baker. Jeff Sewell with the recovery, and the Cougars have the ball. So basically, it is a 3 and out. Wow, Budda Baker came in swanging with that forced fumble. That was crazy. Absolutely insane. That ball comes out, and now Jonathan Taylor will take over here for the Cougars offense, and he's got 19 yards. We also need to get him a touchdown so he can extend his streak of scoring touchdowns. You got to hold that block a little bit longer. If Jamar Chase holds that block for another second, I get the outside, and I've got a ton of yards. Unfortunately, he didn't hold that block long enough, and it goes for a tackle for loss. Jamar Chase is running a very interesting route, but I do have Gambler activated with no incompletions yet, so that could be useful. Although I have I have Jonathan Taylor there, but he throws an incompletion there, unfortunately. Maybe if I would have possession caught that, he would have held on to it. I'm not sure. That animation was kind of screwy. And we're going to throw into tight coverage, and that is Gambler deactivated, or deactivated, I should say. Gambler is now deactivated as we try and move on here. 4th and 11. How can we not have anything go right for us here? I got to try and get this first down. It's Jonathan Taylor. Remember, these yards don't count in terms of progressing him to X Factor. Those yards don't count. But we'll see. Jamar Chase is running a route right in the middle here. I will throw it to him to try and get him his 3rd one. He's got people in front of him. It's going to be incomplete. Okay. Okay. Close. We still have a few more downs to try it. Jamar is running that route, so I'll send him on a slant on the inside. That should work. It'll throw quickly. It's going to be picked off in the back of the end zone because I was getting pressured. Childress will intercept it, and he will kneel it down, and unfortunately, we throw an interception there. That's a stupid interception. I got pressured on the throw, and it was inaccurate. That's a stupid interception, but it does happen, and Micah Parsons cannot get the tackle for loss. He's able to get 3 yards. That's the first run of the day for Derrick Henry. First run of the day. Crazy. Kyle Trask has been the main offense there. He's been throwing the football. I don't know why. He's been throwing the football. He hasn't been working. It hasn't been working for him. Trent Favors and a couple other guys. Romeo Goddard was in there, and we shut down Derrick Henry for a 3rd and 4. The Titans have not been able to do anything in terms of offense this game. And Micah Parsons can't get anything to go there, but he will just reach the first down. Surtain was able to shut it down, but not quick enough. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate that we couldn't stop him there. But I suck. I absolutely suck. I had the sack with Trent Favors, and I whiffed. I completely whiffed on that. That sucks. Because that could have been a nice sack to add to the total. We're trying to get Trent Favors to break the record. That's going to be caught by Laviska Shenault. And unfortunately, I cannot get user tackles. I cannot complete any user tackles. So that's good. That's a plus, I guess. The Titans are actually moving the football down the field here. That's going to be caught by Shenault. Buda Baker will wrap him up. I kind of wanted to get a big hit on him. I think I would have got a big hit if Buda Baker wasn't there. But the Titans are moving into our territory for the first time today. It only took them until the late second half. And Russ Telfer absolutely lets Hillhouse feel it with that big shoulder block. And it is 3rd and 5 quickly for the Tennessee Titans. Can they get the first down? Can they convert here? It's going to be Kyle Trask. He's going to complete it. Did he get the first down? It's 4th and inches. They're going to go for it. I can't believe they didn't give him that. I thought for sure he had it. I really did. I would assume this is Derrick Henry. They're going to motion the tight end. And they're going to give it to Henry. Henry will get stopped behind his lineman, and it'll get turned over. Chase Young wraps him up, and he could not get it. Wow. What a fourth down stand we had there. 4th and inches, and Derrick Henry got stuck behind his own offensive lineman, couldn't push forward, and we are able to shut it down. That's going nowhere. Jonathan Taylor has 19 yards. We really need to focus on this touchdowns with Jamar Chase. We still have a ton of time left. We still have the whole second half to go, plus 2 minutes here in the 4th quarter, or in the 2nd quarter. So it's not like the end of the world that we don't score with Jamar Chase here. But I would like to get it out of the way. That's going to be a nice pass to Jonathan Taylor. He's going to try to reach for it. I don't think he got it. He got 3rd and inches there. If I could have a little bit of time to find Jamar Chase, I can't, so I find Jonathan Taylor. We're moving the football. I wish it was total yards, but it's just rushing yards. This could work. If I roll out to the right and fire at Jamar Chase, this could work. Jamar Chase with the catch. He breaks the tackle, and he's got his 3rd. Jamar Chase. 3 on the day. I hope you picked him up in fantasy What a play for Jamar Chase. He was able to leapfrog his way over the tackle, the diving defender, and he scores the touchdown to give himself his third. 3 out of 4 for him to get Superstar X Factor. Just having another X Factor wide receiver on the field is going to be amazing. Now, it's not going to affect us too much because we already have 3 X Factors activated on the offense with Terry McLaurin, Trey Lance, and Kyle Pitts now. So having Jamar Chase as an X Factor is not going to be like crazy useful, but it will be in terms of he'll be able to unlock more and more superstar abilities with his better XP game. So he'll be able to have better routes and stuff like that. So we'll be able to give him like post routes and all that good stuff. Chase Young gets a sack on Kyle Trask. No surprise there. Still no sacks for Trent Favors though. And now activated. Fearmonger is activated for Chase Young. That's massive. We're going to try and get another one with Chase Young. Can't do it. It's going to be Russ Telford tackling Derrick Henry. That's a tackle for loss there. If that would have been Micah Parsons, that would have been awesome. Unfortunately, it's not. And they will let the clock run down a lot. Remember, we get the ball to start the second half, so we could easily finish Jamar Chase's breakout scenario on the next possession. They're going to snap this ball with 2 seconds left. There it is. And that's a tackle for loss for Micah Parsons. That's one. That's one. Micah Parsons has got one. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That will be the end of the first half. So, to kind of bring things into more of a bundle here, we have 3 out of 4 touchdowns done with Jamar Chase. We have 1 tackle for loss with Micah Parsons, and we have 19 rushing yards with Jonathan Taylor. So things are gonna get interesting here in the second half. That is for sure. And we have a stupid interception thrown with Trey Lance that I'm still not cool with. They only have 40 total yards of offense. The Titans are not playing well, and that's going to be nowhere for Jonathan Taylor. 21 yards. I cannot get the running game going. I want to. Kyle Pitts is wide open. Kyle Pitts has got a ton of space. Make a man miss. Kind of. Kind of made a man miss. We'll give this back to Jonathan Taylor. He will find his way up the middle for a little bit of a gain. We're inching our way closer. He's got 75 yards left to go. We are just going to continue to force feed Jonathan Taylor the football until he can get 100 yards. But it's so tough because nobody's blocking. It's so tough. Somebody, if they would just block for me, I could easily get 100 yards. But unfortunately, the offensive line won't do it. I got to throw this. I got to throw this, and it's going to be picked off. So, unfortunately, I should have just checked that down to Jamar. Why do I keep doing that? To Jonathan Taylor. That's another interception for Trey Lance to throw. That's number 8 on the season. Luckily, it's only number 8 because if this was last season or something like that, how did he get open? And how did he swerve me like that? How is this going to be a touchdown? No way. 1 play touchdown for the Tennessee Titans. Devin Duvernay. All he had to do was swerve me, and it worked to perfection. I can't believe what just happened there. That was a complete and utter screw-up. I don't know how he got open in the first place, but a 1-play touchdown for the Tennessee Titans. 76 yards is the result, and they try to get back in this game. Okay, so that's a stupid interception thrown by Trey Lance. Another one. Both of these interceptions have been stupid. But what are you going to do? Both of them have been stupid. When you're trying to force feed somebody the ball, it does tend to get pretty tough because I'm not just playing flowing football, free-flowing football, and nobody will block me, please. Allow me to block. We're not going to get the upgrade for Jonathan Taylor. It's not going to happen. If that's the attempts at blocking, this team never struggles at blocking. I don't know what's going on. We never have any problems blocking anybody. Or we rarely, I should say, have problems blocking. That's going to be Jonathan, there's too many J names on this team. That's Jamar Chase with the catch. We're trying to get him his 4th touchdown. That's all he needs. That's going to be picked off. It won't be. It'll be knocked incomplete. Nobody blocked once again. No surprise there. No surprise there. This could be a throw to Terry McLaurin if he's open. He's not. But I will tell you who is. It's Jonathan Taylor. I kind of want it to be total yards, because total yards, he probably is pretty close to 100 total yards of offense for Jonathan Taylor. He probably is very close. All right, Jamar Chase is on the field on the right side. He's got 89 yards receiving, and that's going to be Jamar Chase. X Factor secured. Number 4. That is check mark number 1 done. Boom. That's huge. Absolutely huge for him to get that. So now, that's Kyle Pitts. Just sit down and get the 2-point conversion. It's like we never missed that extra point in the first place. So now we don't have to worry about Jamar Chase. He's got 4 receiving touchdowns. That's good enough to get him X Factor. Check mark number 1. We need 1 more tackle for loss or a sack or an interception or something for Micah Parsons. Although, we could hold them to under 200 yards of offense, and I think we are doing that. They only have 13 rushing yards. They don't have a ton of yards, and that's going to be Trent Favors. So there is a good possibility that we could get it not via Micah Parsons himself, but as a team we could force the win there. That's going to be a lob throw to Derrick Henry. Luckily, we shut it down, and that's 149 yards. Ugh. I don't think we're going to do it. Now that Kyle Trask has 149 yards of passing yards, I really need to see their total yards of offense stat. They're going to give that to Derrick Henry. He's got a ton of space. He's going to break the first tackle, and that's 12 yards. I guess I could pause it and find out. Let's go to stats, game stats, team stats, total offense. The Titans have 146 yards of total offense. Okay. They have 146 yards of total offense. That is good because that means that we are still in play for Micah Parsons to get it. Although if he could just get another tackle for loss or something, then we wouldn't have to worry about it. That's going to be almost picked off by, I shouldn't say almost. It wasn't really close to being picked off there. Okay, the Titans starting to get more offense here. That's the first catch for A.J. Brown. There's Derrick Henry. Telfer can't bring him down. Budda Baker can't bring him down. A.J. Terrell can. I think we can give up on the 200 yards of offense. I don't think we're going to hold them to that. It's just not going to happen. They're starting to really get some big chunk plays, so we can kind of give up on that. But Micah Parsons got blocked. He couldn't get off the block there. If he would have been able to rip off that block, he might have been able to get his second tackle for loss. I really want Micah Parsons to be out there on most plays, so I think we're going to have situations where Micah Parsons is out there. I really want him to be out on the field because we need him to be. There's Derrick Henry. Alex Ali can't bring him down, and Derrick Henry brushes off the tackle and scores a touchdown. The Titans are still in this game. It's by no means done. They're down by 2 touchdowns, so if they stop us on defense, then they're still in this game. I don't think they will stop us on defense, but if I'm trying to run the football with Jonathan Taylor, they have a good chance of. They will just kick it regular. I thought that they might kick it onside, but they will just choose to. It's too early in the game still to kick onside. Tajay Chamberlain will just get wrapped up at the 28. And we will try to establish this run game again with Jonathan Taylor. It has not been successful. Not been successful at all today. Give it to him, and he's going nowhere. 22 yards of rushing for Jonathan Taylor because nobody wants to block. I mean, that's just laughable. Hold your freaking blocks, and I can get some rushing yards. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. Hold your blocks. I can't do anything if you don't hold your blocks. That's going to be picked off. You got to be joking. Oh, my God. It's gone from bad to worse. First off, my guys won't hold blocks. Next, they'll just freaking do whatever they want. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. If they would have just held their blocks, Jonathan Taylor would have been able to get a good running lane going. And now the Titans have great field position. They're now down by 2 touchdowns instead of 1. It's not going well for the Chicago Cougars here against the Tennessee Titans. That's going to be a beautiful throw from Kyle Trask to A.J. Brown at the sidelines. Come on, guys. We cannot be doing this. We cannot be doing this. We are better than this. We are far better than this. That's Derrick Henry. Telfer teams up with Romeo Goddard and Trent Favors to bring him down there. We really need a big-time play. We really need some sort of forced fumble or an interception or something to turn this game around. Micah Parsons got the sack. Micah Parsons got the sack, but he's denied because apparently, I guess, Kyle Trask was able to throw that ball away somehow. I don't know how that wasn't a forced fumble or anything. Get there, Micah. You were so close. We're going to hold him to 4th down. They got over 200 yards, by the way, so that's out the window. I don't know how Micah Parsons was able to, or Kyle Trask was able to get that ball away. Somehow it happened, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. But Micah Parsons got the tackle for loss! Yes! That's 2. That's superstar development for Micah Parsons. That is 2 tackles for loss, and Micah Parsons has superstar ability activated. That is unreal. Thank you, baby Jesus, for doing that. I appreciate it. I really do. And now we've gotten 2 out of the 3 check marked. Now all we have to do is get 100 yards on the ground with Jonathan Taylor, and he's trying his best. He's got to 36. We really need him to do this. We really need him to do this. He's getting it inch by inch. This is so hard to do. 2nd down and 6. We've allowed 164 passing yards and 218 total yards. Cut it up the field. Oh, if I could have gotten a big-time gain there, that would have been amazing. Absolutely amazing. We'll go inside zone on 3rd and inches. We'll get the 1st down and more. And we'll keep it going. We have under 50 yards to go. Under 50 yards between us and 3 for 3 on the development upgrades. That's 59. But now we're going to let Jonathan Taylor have a break here because he's going to need one. So we have Austin Eckler come in the game. 2nd down and 5. 2nd down and 5. We'll just take off with Trey Lance and just slide down because we don't need to gain any extra yards. We just need to get the 1st down. That was the only goal there because now Jonathan Taylor will come back in the game. And we should be able to snap this before the 2-minute warning, but we do have a play motion man. So we'll snap that, hopefully snap it, and we won't get it done. Okay. So the 2-minute warning comes and goes. Come on. We need this. Come on. We need this. Come on. We need this. We're going to have the same exact play. Jamar Chase is going to move into the line and start blocking for us. Give this to Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's got some room, and he gets about 10, and they start using their timeouts now. That helps us out because that frees up more time for us to run the football. So thank you for that, Tennessee. It's 2nd down and inches. Come on, if we could just complete this last little challenge that we have to do. Jonathan Taylor with another great run. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Come on, John. I know you got this. I know you got it in you. They've used 2 of their 3 timeouts. Here comes a run with Jonathan Taylor. He's going nowhere on that one. He got a yard. And that's all 3 of their timeouts. That is all 3 of their timeouts used. And I don't know how close we are. I think he's in the 60s. He's probably in the 60s for amount of yards that he has. If Cherry McLaurin would hold that, he's at 89. He has 89 with plus 10 yards to go. It is possible. Jonathan Taylor is going to get 100 yards rushing. And he got the touchdown, too, to add to his his streak. We got 3 for 3, baby. 3 for 3. Thank you. The offensive line finally came to play and started blocking for us on that last drive. And that is certainly 100 rushing yards for Jonathan Taylor. 3 for 3. Man, what a successful day for the Chicago Cougars. And we're going to get the win, too. It's been a little bit of an ugly game because of the fact that I've been trying to force these breakout scenarios to happen. So, I mean, it's been a little bit ugly. But for the most part, it's been successful. Trent Favors, unfortunately, has not gotten any sacks. Chase Young is the only one to get the sacks, I think. Can we get one with Trent Favors before the day is done? I should have picked that off. I didn't think I was going to have the opportunity to. I went for the swat because I thought that it was going to be caught initially. So I went for the swat instead of the interception, but I would have been able to pick that off. Trent Favors can't get the sack, but Chase Young can't either. Trask is able to throw that away. All right, no big deal. No big deal at all. There's Trask. And that's going to be, oh, J. Terrell. A.J. Terrell almost intercepted that. If he has Acrobat, that's certainly a pick. But since he doesn't, it's just going to be knocked incomplete. And it's 4th down and 10. What will the Titans cook up here? It's going to be to the sidelines. And held on by Laviska Shenault, even though that Patrick Surtain was all over him there. Somehow he's able to hold on to it. Oh, Alex Ali couldn't get there. That was an overthrow from Trask to Derrick Henry. We might as well try and get Micah Parsons another tackle for loss or maybe a sack or something. Add to his day. Add to his great day that he's having. He can't get through the line. He's going to heave it. It's one-on-one, and Patrick Surtain picks it off. Who else but Patrick Surtain, the best corner in the league, and he absolutely dominates for his 9th interception. I almost don't want to run the football anymore because I don't want to risk losing yards, but I just want to see it to confirm it. So we're going to give Jonathan Taylor a run here. He gets a yard. He's got 105. Yes! Absolutely beautiful for Jonathan Taylor. Absolutely beautiful. We have Jonathan Taylor right there. He's going to catch that easily. And I don't think we're going to get another playoff, and we won't. We win 35-14, but most importantly, we get 3 for 3 on our development upgrades. Let's go take a look to confirm. So we have Trey Lance, 14 of 24, or 14 of 22, 336 yards, 4 touchdowns, and unfortunately 3 interceptions, which brings his total to 9. Not a great day for him, but it's an overall great day. Then Jonathan Taylor completes the wheel spin challenge, which was get 100 rushing yards, or for every 100 rushing yards, it is a development upgrade, which means he will go from superstar to superstar X Factor after today's episode with 105 and a touchdown. Plus his scoring streak continues. And I only threw to 3 different guys in this episode. Jonathan Taylor, Jamar Chase, who does have 4 touchdowns, and Kyle Pitts was another guy that I threw to. And then defensively, if we go to tackles for loss, Micah Parsons only has 1? No. Micah Parsons got 2 tackles for loss. I'm not sure how they... There's no way he didn't get more than 1 tackles for loss. I guarantee you he got 2. He tackled Derrick Henry twice for a tackle for loss, but it only counts as 1. We'll see what happens. If they don't give him the development upgrade, I'm going to give it to him anyway because he definitely got 2 tackles for loss in that game. I know for a fact that he did. So if it doesn't count, then I will just go and give him superstar development because he deserves it. He's gotten 2 tackles for loss. He did the challenge. So let's go find out if we got them all. All right, here we are. It's time to find out if we got the 2 development traits. What did I tell you, Coach? Nobody in this league can do the things that I do, and I think I made it clear today. How does it feel that you have one of the best wide receivers in the NFL on your roster? It feels great, Jamar. It feels great. He has X Factor ability. That's huge. Now this is the big one. Are they going to give it? Micah Parsons didn't have the game I was hoping he'd have, and it's my fault. No, he did. He got tackles for loss. He got 2 of them. I don't care. I am giving Micah Parsons X Factor ability. I'm giving it to him. I don't care. Or not X Factor, Superstar ability. He deserves it. He got 2 tackles for loss in that game. So I'm going to go over here and give him Superstar development because he deserves it. And I'll also upgrade Jamar Chase while we're here. Give him the deep threat skill. He's now playing up to a 91, but he's an 88 overall. That's amazing. And then defensively, Micah Parsons now has Superstar. And while we're here, we might as well give Jonathan Taylor X Factor ability as well. Although it won't matter because we have 3 X Factors activated on offense already. So it's not going to matter in terms of him having it, but it'll be good still. Look at this offense now. Look at this offense now with Terry McLaurin, Jonathan Taylor, Trey Lance, and Jamar Chase, and Kyle Pitts all having X Factor. And then on defense, we have so many X Factors on defense as well. It's just absolutely crazy now with Micah Parsons having Superstar development. I'd say this is a pretty successful episode, and now we can simulate to the next week. I don't even know who we're playing. The game, the logo doesn't show up on the thing. So that might mean we're playing the yes! We're playing the Mexico City Diablos. It's about time. Too bad we don't get to go to see their stadium because it's a home game. But this is the first time we've ever played the Diablos in this series. We've been missing them and missing them and missing them. But now we finally get scheduled to play them. That's awesome. I'm super excited to play that game. Because if you didn't know, the Chargers in year number 1 also moved like we did with we moved the Texans to Chicago. They moved the Chargers to Mexico City. So we haven't gotten to play them yet. And now we do get to play them in next episode. That's actually pretty cool. So I'm excited for that. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was an absolutely historic video with so many guys getting upgrades. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.